Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck your
Loser.
audio. Yeah, I said it right now.
What's up,
That's what I will record.
everybody? This is Janky J with the For Real Takes. Today we have
T-92.
Disc pick.
Har from Harv's Movie Hut.
You didn't
the
say
fuck. He didn't say it.
Oh,
Amazing.
famous.
Because
Is
you
it-
motherfuckers are always
is this-
bitching about me saying it, so...
Is this the end of the denial as we
Yeah.
know it?
No, I, in my head, I'm fucking a superstar, but you guys are
Nah.
always
He,
like...
he realized that
"Ooh,
he's not
ooh,
as
you."
famous yet.
it. He's
Okay.
embarrassed.
Yeah. I'm not as famous as I thought I was.
I'm getting there. I'm not as famous as Dis, so... Once I get noticed...
Next time, just wait to announce it, like when you actually are, you know?
Oh, it will happen. It will happen.
Disc, you should start introducing yourself as the famous disc pick.
He's gonna start calling himself the most loved. Watch.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna call
Love this
myself
thing.
the huge disc pick.
That's good stuff. All right. Well, we'll go Harv,
leaving.
Sea Dog. Yeah, get out of here.
Fuck you guys.
You've gotten underneath his brown skin.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll go Harv, Sea Dog, Disc, and then me. But let's go through
Why
a movie
Harv?
that you... Because fuck you. What movie did you watch this week?
You know what's... Eat my ass.
I will.
So I watched a great Christian movie after saying that. I watched
You didn't learn anything.
Left Behind.
The original or the Nick Cage one?
Actually, both. I watched the Nick Cage one first, and then I watched the original right after. So I actually
Watch the
watched
taste
two.
out.
I liked the Nick Cage one. I thought it was okay.
Go
You
on.
and your Nick Cage.
It had a better production value than the original.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
So I know that they changed it up a little bit and they spent more time on the plane and the story of that more than on the original. The original was just a real short piece of the movie where they were on the plane, and on the Nick Cage one was they expanded on that, and that was basically the whole movie of them trying to get down. But I thought it was still pretty good. It still delivered the message that they were intending for it. So, but yeah, that was my movie.
Dude, I wanted that movie to be good so bad because I loved the original, like the Kirk Cameron, like mini series thing that they had. But like, I was waiting the whole time I'm watching the Nick Cage one. I'm like, are they ever gonna get off this fucking plane? Like, I want to see when he gets to his family and shit, and like, you know, like showing the city like all empty or like. I was like, come on, man! And then they never did a sequel because it didn't make any fucking money.
Well, I mean, they on the original one, they got off the plane real quick. It was only like the plane was only like a 5 to 10 minute part in the movie. They introduced
Right.
the Antichrist. They introduced what was going on, and more. It was more based on the reporter, which was Kirk Cameron's part
Yeah,
role in it. And in the Nick Cage one, Nick Cage was basically the main character.
yeah,
And
right.
not the other guy. So I guess that's why they kind of expanded on that a little bit. But I mean, have you even seen the two newest ones? The one with Kevin Sorbo. There's actually
No,
two
I
more.
haven't watched those. I know that they exist. Yeah, so I read the
Yeah.
books a long, long time ago.
Was it the Left Behind stuff?
Yeah,
The Left Behind series.
Yeah, I've seen all of them. I grew up in church and stuff, so that was a big thing for us.
Yeah, the two newer ones with Kevin Sorbo and that dude with blonde hair with the blue eyes.
Yeah.
I forget what his. I think he takes place as the Antichrist or something in those ones. It's been.
I
a while.
wasn't
I've watched
crazy
them a
about
while
the Nick
back.
Cage ones. The Nick Cage ones were okay. It was it Helen Hunt was in the originals, right?
No.
Who was the blonde chick from the originals?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. The only actor
Just-
I remember by name from the original is Kirk
I
Cameron.
swear it's Helen
Yeah.
Hunt.
No, it's not Helen Hunt.
Yeah,
No.
I think you're
You're
thinking
right.
of Castaway for some reason. Maybe you're mixing up two plane movies. I don't know. What movie did you watch this week, Sea Dog?
I watched The Descent again. One of my favorites. I
That's a
love
good
that
one.
movie. If you don't like claustrophobia, it'll scare the shit out of you. If you don't like underground creatures, it'll scare the shit out of you. But
Well, let's be
the
honest. Let's be
story,
honest.
the
Nobody
way
likes
that
underground creatures.
the way that movie starts off, the death at the beginning of that movie is batshit insane. How it starts, because it instantly just hits you, and you're like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck just happened?" I just started watching these people on a raft just going through there, and them driving, and then something bad happens. I don't want to spoil it because that's a big spoiler of it all, but it's just like it's like an instant gut punch of what the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just comes out of nowhere. But that movie, like, just seeing them fight in the cave for their life and, like, being in the dark caves like that with all them creatures, that's a freaky-ass movie.
Yeah. Did you like the sequel?
So, I watched the sequel, and it basically was a retelling, almost, I felt like, of the same one, but they just added so much nonsense in there that it did not need to be there. Like, all the other townspeople finding her and then taking her back to it and stuff, and I was like, I wouldn't step fucking 10-foot pole in there again. Ain't no way.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of like the Ellen Ripley thing from Aliens. Where
And
it's
then
like,
they got
what the fuck? I'm not going back there.
The alternate ending stuff where you didn't know she got out or she did, and then they did like the two endings, so it was so confusing. But yeah, no, when they made that second one, I watched it because you can only watch that if you have a Region B player. There's no Region A for that, so it's only Region B. And they had it on Tubi, I think, and you could watch it in English on Tubi, and that's where I watched it. And I just thought it was stupid. I thought it did not need to be made. It's literally just a retelling of the same story all over again.
Tubi, Harv's Movie Hut. Sponsor Harv's Movie Hut. Once again, Tubi, Harv's Movie Hut.
One day,
he's back to being famous.
Yeah. One day, too, like, there's gonna be like some guy, like the janitor at the Tubi headquarters, who's gonna be watching this, and he's gonna show it to his boss.
Har, why
and
don't you
I
shoot
swear,
your shot? Shoot your shot and email him. Email him something. Just do it for fun. Who knows, dude?
He's still
you never know.
You never
Get
know.
us that sponsorship.
What the fuck is this? You got a mouse in your pocket? I'm the one fucking shouting and putting myself out there. You guys are the ones talking shit about Tubi.
Okay.
See, they don't like you, Tubi.
Whoa,
Three real takes. Three real takes.
I watch Tubi more than any other platform.
I won't need you
so I don't wanna hear
motherfuckers no
that.
more.
Oh, because Tubi's just rolling in money. No, they probably are from all the ads and shit that they make their money on.
Right.
Yeah,
That's the only way they're able to stay on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I've never talked shit about Tubi.
Yeah.
No.
So me, Shrek and Sea Dog, but fuck Disc because he's the one that's always talking the most shit.
I didn't say anything.
Dude, honestly though, Tubi is the best of all the streaming platforms when it comes to movies. They have everything you'd want on there.
The only thing I don't like about Tubi is that they do edit their films sometimes.
I was about to bring that up. I watched a TikToker earlier, and it was talking about how they edit their films, they reformat them. So like sometimes you'll see like where it's like the black on the sides, and they like a full screen where they bring it in instead of the widescreen. So it cuts off a lot.
Well, they also cut out like full scenes in some of their movies too. Like if you go back and watch like some of like some B slashers or something that has like a bunch of tits in it or something like that, they'll cut all of that stuff out. So it's kind of weird. Yeah,
It is weird.
Fucking Puritans. Disc. What did you watch
It's all
this
right.
week?
Tubi, Harv's Movie Hut. Just remember that.
Tubi, you'll do Tubi without the boobies.
Which in that case, Harp doesn't care.
Yeah, no. He's
You don't
used to
want
not
that.
seeing boobies.
Looking like Jabba the Hutt over here. Yeah.
All right, so
I need to get a
I'll talk
Snuggie
about
so
this
cover.
one. I watched a few, but I'll bring up this one. It's a new one. It's on Netflix, and it's called Thrash. I don't know if you guys heard of it, but
Oh,
It's
we did
pretty-
actually.
Oh yeah, we did actually Danielle
Yeah.
just talked about that.
Danielle's
Yeah, on the
talking about
last
She
episode.
literally,
really?
that was her movie on our
new
last
shark
podcast.
movie?
You'd know that if you were
If
there,
you were in here, yeah.
or if you watched the episode.
He's talking about that new
Well,
shark movie she was talking about.
she'll probably explain it better than me because I was watching it, but I wasn't like fully watching it. Like I expected it to be kind of just an okay movie just to throw on. But the premise is pretty much I don't even know the location. That's how bad it is. Like
The water.
but no, like the town that the flood and the hurricane or whatever happens and goes to
Florida.
But was it? Was that what?
That's the only
Danielle
places
said?
hurricanes happen and flooding.
Maybe. Okay. Whatever. But anyway, basically, flood happens, and it's only rising through the whole movie. And there's this girl. Everybody's like already trying to leave, and then there's this girl who doesn't really have a way to get anywhere because her parents died, and yeah, she's pretty much just stuck in this house. She finds some other people that are stranded, and she's trying to save them, but there's a bunch of great white sharks just all over the town. So it's either you die from the flood or you die from the sharks. So it's pretty cool.
She kind of compared it to that movie Crawl.
Crawl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think it's like have y'all seen the movie Bait, where they're like stuck
was
in
it?
the convenience store and they got the sharks and it's flooded in the convenience store and they're like stuck up on the rafters of the convenience store.
Isn't that
I
like
never heard
Tremors
of
too?
that.
Yeah, there's like a hurricane that comes through and literally comes through Florida and stuff, and there's sharks in the water and they're like trapped inside of a store basically. And so half of the store is underwater and there's just sharks everywhere under them and they can't escape. There's nowhere to go. So they pretty much got to fight them off.
It's like a word for word remake of our last episode.
Yeah.
He even brought up Crawl and Bait.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, I had to clarify it with him because you know
It
he
felt
wasn't
new
here.
to me.
Alright. I rewatched the first Final Destination this week, and super happy I did, man. I fucking love that movie. And did you guys know that the original script for that was supposed to be an episode for the X-Files
Yes. I heard
before it
about
was
it.
a movie? Yeah, I didn't know
Right.
that. Yeah, and so like I don't know, that kind of makes sense when you think about it, like for like the monster of the week kind of shit that X-Files was known for. But man, I fucking love that idea of like death coming for you in this like weird fucking, you know, like knocking something over and blah blah blah, like that whole idea. And what's really cool about it, and people kind of overlook this I think with Final Destination, is that it's so incredibly original. Like the only thing I've ever seen before that kind of reminded me of it was like The Omen.
Mm-hmm.
Remember like how like certain shit with like when the dude gets his head lopped off in the car and all that,
Yeah.
and it was like from things falling or whatever. But like you just have never seen that idea play out in a movie before. It was
Talking
extremely
about, like,
original.
The glass pane scene where the glass pane came down and decapitated the dude and all
In
that.
The Omen, yeah.
Yeah, and then the
I've
light-
never
and
seen
then
The Omen,
pole,
so-
the pole that impales the priest or whatever.
Yeah. Right, right.
It's
You haven't
crazy.
seen
Never
The
seen it.
Omen?
No.
I never did.
Dude.
We know you
Dude,
haven't.
I've never seen Exorcist.
What the fuck, dude?
Dude, you gotta watch both of those. Both of them.
I was growing up in a Christian household. I was never able to watch it, and even now, I can't watch it. I'm not allowed
I
to.
mean, like if you like, I mean, you know, I'm Christian as well, and I will say, like, if that is like something that's like a bugaboo for you, man.
Not for me, but for other people in my household,
Well, yeah, I don't blame it. Yeah.
they will not allow it.
Yeah, I don't blame them. That's
So-
like a lot of people. I think with The Exorcist, they go like, oh, you know, it's a little dated and stuff like that. I don't think it is, man. I think that movie still packs a fucking punch.
It's
Not for
creepy
that.
as
It's
shit
for the. It's kind of one of those where you haven't watched it for so long, or you got told not to watch it for so long
This
that
becomes habit, like
it
tradition,
just becomes habit. Yeah.
to not
So,
watch it.
I
Yeah.
had oh man, I can't even think of the name now. Oh fuck!
But I will watch Repossessed. That is a funny movie.
What is it? Repossessed.
No, like the spoof.
The spoof
Okay.
one.
I had Kyle in my live the other night on TikTok, and we were talking about it. He's actually looking for a poster. There's a poster apparently of The Exorcist, and her name on the poster, it's not The Exorcist, it's just Vomit Girl. And it was a printed poster they were going to put in the theater. So that's like his most wanted poster right now. It's crazy. Cool. I was like, they got a poster with Vomit Girl on it? What the fuck? But that's a good movie. I get that though hard. I grew up in a Christian home too. I just snuck and hid movies under my nightstand. Like Evil Dead. Dude, I watched the original Evil Dead.
In my household, I was never allowed to watch any type of horror movies. And once I grew up and moved out, I started watching them, and just like that's why I think I like them so much nowadays. Is for that reason.
Me and my best friend growing up, I would go to his house every weekend, and his mom would go to sleep at like 11 o'clock, and then when 12:30 hit, Chiller would be on cable, and we'd literally sit there and watch nothing but horror movies while his mom slept.
Yeah, horror movies was never like a thing I wasn't allowed to watch. If anything, it was like kind of I want to say pushed on me, but it was like it was definitely like oh, you gotta watch this, it's gonna scare the shit out of you, you know, kind of thing. Did I ever tell you about what my mom did with the Pennywise thing?
No, what happened?
Oh my god! So my mom. So when I was little, I was like obsessed with It, like the original miniseries.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was like 6 maybe at the time, and I watched it so much, you know, like I wore out the tape and everything. And I remember one year I lost a tooth, and my mom asked me what I was gonna ask the tooth fairy for, and I said I wanted another copy of It. And so I put my tooth under my pillow, and I woke up the next morning, and there was the double VHS copy of It underneath my pillow. And so anyways, I watch it like a bunch of times and everything, and then I have a sleepover with a bunch of friends, and my mom, so I'm sitting in the room with my friends, we're all watching it, and then all of a sudden the door opens and a bunch of balloons fly through the door, and you just see like a white glove and balloons, and then the door like slams shut really quick, and all of my friends, you know, they turn like fucking as white as my shirt. And I had it in my head, I was like, I'm supposed to be like the hero right now, like this is like I'm the guy. This is my time, right? And I had like this orange like wiffle ball bat. It's like plastic bat, and in my head though, it was like a fucking great sword, you know. And so I go to open the door, and you know, like when you open a door, there's that little crack you can kind of see through on like the side of it. So I open the door and I see like just this much of a fucking clown, like the outfit, the white grease paint, everything. And I just like panicked, and I swung the door open, and my mom, dressed up like fucking Pennywise, she grabbed me, threw me to the ground, started tickling me, was like like laughing like maniacally and everything. And I pissed my pants in front of all my friends. And it sucked, man, because I was trying to be the guy, you know, I was trying to be the hero.
Do you think that maybe that might be why you hate that movie now?
Well, I still love the original, but yeah, no, it did a number on me with clowns, that's for sure.
Am I weird with that movie? I don't know why. I feel like watching the original is like a comfort movie. I don't know why. It's just like a comfort movie for me. It's not really creepy as much, but it's like the story is just so good in the original that like I could watch that over and over again and just have a good time every time I watch it, or fall asleep to it. Even I can go to sleep to that movie. It's just really chill.
Yeah, I think Tommy Lee Wallace he did a really good job with like what he was given, and all the actors were great in it too. Like I don't know. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely like a comfort one for me. Well, moving on. I told that embarrassing story. All right, so
let's segue from pissing your pants to
pissing my pants to today's episode is going to revolve around favorites, and we have just like a list of random ass questions similar to what we used to do on our TikTok, So we're just gonna go through them, and I guess we'll go in like the same order: Harv, Sea Dog, Disc, me. So the first one that we have is your favorite movie about a broken man.
So after much research and compiling all the different data, nah,
You said
What are you,
data.
Sheldon from the Big Bang Theory?
my favorite one I came down to was Falling Down, starring what's his name, Kurt Douglas
Mm-hmm.
or Michael Douglas, Michael Douglas. I'm sorry.
One of them.
Yeah, one of the Douglases. It's a great movie about a guy that just basically he it he's going through life and finally just one little thing sets him off, and then all he has it in his mind is to go see his daughter and his ex-wife that kind of in his head it's still they're still together, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just him going through the city of LA. That's another one that was going back to our last episode, movies in my state, the city of LA, just trying to get from where he's at to his family, and the chaos that he causes
Mm-hmm.
during that whole time. Um, I think it's a great movie. Good performances and kind of a sad ending, sad happy-ish ending. Depends on
Mm-hmm.
how you look at it,
Yeah.
but
They have that line. It's I don't remember the exact quote, but he's something like I'm the bad guy or whatever. And he's like confused, like wait a second.
yeah,
And he
he's
got
like, I'm just trying to get home to my family, and I'm what did I like? He didn't know, he didn't really like put it together of all the stuff he was doing.
yeah.
He was
That's a
just trying
great
to
like.
he was just trying to set stuff right, I guess.
Well, I mean, he was trying to like fucking destroy shit too. Like it was like
Yeah,
having
well,
like
I
a
mean,
field
like
day in L.A.
things that he felt like was people were taking advantage of other people, like the convenience store scene where he goes in there
Mm-hmm.
and he wants to buy just a soda and he's thinking 50 cents and the guy's like $1.25 or whatever it was for a can of Coke. So he basically destroys the whole. He starts asking what's the prices of this, of batteries, of bread, of whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
just every time he did, he would just destroy the whole section with his bat.
Yeah.
Until the guy was like 50 cents for the soda. He's like, here you go, and he actually pays him. So,
Yeah.
he's just thinking of injustices and where people take advantage, and just that's kind of the stuff that set him off. And his whole thing was being organized and
Mm-hmm.
walking the line the whole time, and finally he just cracked.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Sea Dog?
Mine would be
Oh,
Joker.
looks like Harv, your recording has stopped. You might want to back out and come back in, maybe. Maybe back out completely. That might help.
What the? Yeah,
But
let me try that.
go ahead, Sea Dog.
Mine would be Joker. Just the whole story about Arthur and how he's just a guy who's dealing with a lot of mental problems, dealing with a lot of stuff at home with his mom. His mom's kind of a creep, kind of weird, and she's abusive, and she's just got a lot of issues, and so he has a lot of mental problems. And then these people start picking on him, and he's just trying to bring the world laughter and joy, and then it turns him into this villain who just totally doesn't give a crap anymore. And I just always thought it was a very intriguing movie because the fact that like you feel bad for him the whole way there. Like whenever he does the bad stuff in the movie, you almost understand why he did it. Like it's not like he was just a bad guy who did terrible things. You feel his pain, and so when it gets to the final stuff, it's almost like you feel bad for the villain, which I feel like a lot of movies don't do. And I feel like that portrayal of the Joker was a great portrayal because we've never seen anything like that. We've seen him just be maniacal from the start, crazy, murderous, and everything. But this one actually gave him a little bit of humanity to him and made him relatable to other people and like the injustices of the world and how the system fails people all the time, things like that. So that would be mine.
Hmm.
How's it
Okay.
look right now, guys?
You look sideways.
It's not.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
It's not rotated.
It's not rotating.
Oh, that's all right. We'll just just go. You can go vertical. That's fine.
All right.
Um,
This I don't know what's acting. It's acting up. I have it on Do Not Disturb, and it still came through. I don't know what the heck that was.
It didn't me the other night. You're good. It happens.
yeah. Well, okay. So Joker. Any? Did you see Joker this big?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think of it?
I liked it. Thought it was good. It was pretty different, I'd say, approach compared to like Heath Ledger. But I mean, it is mainly focused on the Joker, which most people say Dark Knight's focused on Joker anyway. But I think either way, it was still a lot different, and I think he did a good job with his performance in it. Don't really care for the second one though, but I think the first one as its own film is really good.
I still haven't watched the second one. I think that when you're talking about Dark Knight, I think Dark Knight was more about Batman. It was about him growing into be the hero he was and realizing that he had all this power. Almost, it kind of was very Spider-Man-esque if you think about it, because it was like he had all this power and all this responsibility, and like Lucius was saying, you're overusing it. You're going too far. You're gonna get hurt. You're doing stupid things that are gonna cost you. So, but Joker was all about his story of like a normal, average guy who dealt with mental problems and dealt with abuse and stuff. I just think he was relatable to a lot of people. And then when you get to the point when he does something, you don't feel as bad. Like, it's bad, but like it's like you almost are like on his side in a way. And I think that's pretty powerful that a performance can do that and make you think that way.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Disc? What's your favorite Broken Man movie?
Well, I didn't even think about this movie, but when I did, I was like, I'm gonna use it, and that would be Son of a Woman. Yeah, this movie I really like. I think it's really good. It's pretty much this blind veteran who pretty much during Thanksgiving, I'm assuming his granddaughter, they go on vacation or something. And then there's this guy who gets paid to watch the blind veteran. And right when they leave. And they go on like this crazy like whole trip in the city. And he's pretty much just like on the quest of kind of like a checklist almost. But the priority is basically finding a woman, or at least to sleep with.
Mm-hmm.
Just to feel that again. But and just the bond between the kid and Al Pacino, it's just a really good performance.
You really like movies that have a younger character who looks up to a older character.
Could be my mom.
Are you trying to say something to this? Because we are all older than you.
He's trying to say he looks up to us. That's what he's saying.
We love you too, Disc. Don't you worry.
I should honestly just be looking like that, actually, not you guys.
Oh, man.
We're glad we got that info.
If you guys, I mean,
says the shortest one of the group.
If anyone here is listening, definitely watch Son of a Woman. It's honestly the only Al Pacino movie that got an award. So
you know what? I'm really surprised you didn't do A Man Called Otto.
It was tempting. It's another.
I really thought you were going to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
I went with a movie I've talked about a few times, but fuck it, it's like the best example for this question. It's called The Apostle, and it's a Robert Duvall movie. I'm begging Harv to watch this fucking movie for like weeks, months, even.
I saw
maybe.
it.
Yeah, and it's basically about Robert Duvall. He plays a preacher, and he's going through a separation with his wife, and she's now with this other guy who's also a member of the church. And things get really hairy one particular day. And it's not really a spoiler, but he ends up getting drunk and losing his shit, and he kills his ex-wife's new boyfriend at a like family little baseball game type thing. and he freaks out and goes on the run. And while he's on the run, he pretty much says, like, you know, like, I fucked up. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna give up everything. And he like gets rid of all of his stuff, puts his car in a lake, tears up his ID, rebaptizes himself as an apostle, and through a weird connection with this random guy out in the woods, he hears about this preacher in a different state that he ought to seek out. And so he goes and seeks him out, and he says, listen, I want to start a new church in this area. I'm a good preacher, you know, like, what can we do? And so the whole movie is him trying to find some kind of redemption in his own heart, I think, by, you know, I think he always knew he was going, like, the movie was going to end the way that it did. That's how I personally felt. And so he was just doing the best that he could with what he could. And I don't want to spoil anything, because it's really, really amazing fucking movie, and a super good performance from Robert Duvall. And you have a bunch of other actors in there. And if you like Walton Goggins, it's like a young Walton Goggins in that movie. And Billy Bob Thornton's, he's so Billy Bob in that movie too, by the way. Like, fucking classic Billy Bob. He's like the character from Tombstone. It's like he's that guy in this movie again. So yeah, that'd be my favorite for Broken Man.
The accident scene from that movie is very touching.
Yeah, that movie. I mean, that scene makes me cry every time I watch it.
Same. It was so touching when I watched that.
Yeah, it's a fantastic one. Okay, next up, I'm not going to ask this question. We're going to let Dispick ask this question, because he came up with the question. You know what it is, sir. Why don't you go ahead and ask away?
So, all right. When you watch a movie, what scenery / environment or setting or time of the year, I guess, do you like to watch it? Like, what season do you prefer when you watch a movie?
Like, that's in the movie.
Yeah, that's in the movie.
Okay.
You know, like fall, summer, winter, spring, whatever.
That'd be you, Harv.
Oh, me? I don't know if I was the one going next.
Yeah.
So my choice, and I like a movie set in the fall time. I always describe fall time as like the calm, like it's a calming time of year. You just get over the summer where everything's like, you know, you got summer vacations and getting ready to go back to school and all of this. Everybody's busy. And then you have the winter time when Christmas starts to come around, that busy time. And it just seems like during the fall time is that calm before the storm, like right after and right before. So I think it's more peaceful time of year. And I like to see movie set because they're always the one of the best movies on there is what Disc. I'm trying to take this one from Disc before he says it. Like The Holdovers, you know, it's during that time of year. Sorry, Disc, I took it from you.
It's actually during winter, but okay.
Same thing. Okay, sorry. Dutch is a good one. Then
he's from California. We'll excuse him.
Yeah,
I get.
I do, but it just doesn't last long out here. But like, there's a lot of good wholesome movies that are during the fall time that I like.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's going to be the fall also. On Halloween time, some of the best films. You got Halloween Town, you got Hocus Pocus, you got classics like that. A lot of the Goosebumps stuff, horror movies come out around that time, and it's just, it fits like, I don't know, it's like cold. Like, it's like the beginning around here when it gets really cold, and it's like the perfect time when you don't want to be outside, and you don't want to, like, what? It's so funny.
I'm not laughing at you. This question is just so stupid.
But I feel like when it gets that cold, when it's starting to get cold, you're not really wanting to go out, so you're wanting to watch more stuff.
Yeah.
Disc is
Like,
banned from
getting
asking
too
questions.
cold to go out, and like you just want to just sit inside and watch stuff. But there's just so many good movies that have came out in the fall time.
Why are you laughing at your own question, Disc? Like, this is the stupidest shit you come up with.
I was
He's
laughing
having his
because
crescendo moment.
listen, okay, I was laughing because Harv said fall. Dog said fall, and I was gonna do fall. Now I just felt like this whole fucking topic was just ruined. and Harv picks fall and says freaking holdovers and then freaking snow.
You said snow, not me.
I'm gonna guess Jake's gonna do fall too.
Oh boy,
You're about to do fall too, weren't you?
it's a
Yankee?
surprise.
Just say fall so we can move on.
I was gonna pick winter actually.
Oh, okay.
Technically,
Yeah.
Harv did too, but
It's the same time.
I like claustrophobic winter movies. Those are my favorite.
So, Disc, why do
Misery,
you like
all
fall?
that kind of stuff. Yeah. What do you like, fall?
Yeah, why you like fall, Disc?
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
Just do it
cares.
better.
I like fall movies because I don't know. Honestly, I don't
What
know.
the
There's
fuck?
just something.
Moving on, dude. Good question.
Well, I can say, but it's just gonna sound like the same things they already said. I don't want to make it even worse.
No, go ahead. Go ahead and do it, Disc. No,
We're already
we gotta-
36 minutes into this video. I'm not doing it.
No. We want to hear why you like fall movies.
Simplify it. Just simplify it.
Yeah.
Cause it's right before Halloween movies. And I hate horror movies, so it's right before it, and that's great. No,
Cool.
actually, I like fall movies because I like the color palettes they use usually in those films.
There you go. I like that.
It's lots of orange, yellows, and browns.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, quickly moving on from this subject.
Yeah. What's your favorite? What is your favorite camp movie? Like summer camp, whatever camp movie.
Mine is going to be Ernest Goes to Camp. It's fun. It's funny. It was one of the first movies of the Ernest series, so it was silly, but not as silly as after that. It seemed like they got more and more sillier. So it still had a little bit of a I wouldn't say dramatic, but a little bit more serious tone than the other ones had after that. And it was, you see a young Jacob Vargas. I think that was like one of his first movies in there. Anybody that doesn't know Jacob Vargas, one of the Jokers from Next Friday. I don't know. I like that movie. It took me back. Every time I watch it, takes me back up to being a kid again from when I first watched it.
My personal favorite was Sleepaway Camp. It was one of those ones that I shouldn't have watched as a kid, but I watched as a kid with my buddy, and it always stuck with me just because it was cool to see it from her perspective, or that perspective. And the plot twist at the end of that movie is fucking insane for 8-year-old me to watch.
Mm.
And,
Can you do the face?
Oh no! Dude, that movie is insane. Like it's really well done, and I love like the narration. Like when she goes, "Dear Mom, I'm going to sleepaway camp" or whatever, and like she's writing out the thing, but you're hearing her narrate it at the same time. And then the opening scene again with the person getting killed by the boat to start off the movie. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's just, I like movies like that have like that plot that just hits you and it just starts the whole movie off on a really sour note where it's like, dude, this is gonna be intense. But that's a fantastic movie. It's a guaranteed slasher classic, and the poster with the knife with the shoe in it, dude. I love that fucking poster.
My daughter watched that with me. She watched it with me, and after the big scene, when the credits rolled, she was like, "What did I just watch? Like, what is going on?" She was just
Didn't wa-
confused because
Didn't watch
my
The
daughter's
Exorcist.
is a teenager, but she was just like, "Why did we watch this movie and what did I just watch?" Just the look on her face was priceless.
So you
Yeah.
couldn't watch The Exorcist, but you could watch that.
I mean, Sleepaway Camp is no Lamageddon, but it's definitely a good film.
I love
Yeah.
Sleepaway. That's like probably one of my favorite slasher movies because it was
Oh,
so
God.
different from what, like, just
All
like,
three of them are good.
yeah. I mean, I think the second one's probably my favorite, but the first one, man, like if you really think back to like the movies that were coming out at that time, it was so ballsy.
What, was the second
No pun
one the
intended,
one where
but,
she's
like-
where she cuts out her tongue? She says, "And that's what you get for having a filthy mouth."
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like Girl in the Car, I think.
I heard they're making. Are they or either remaking or making a new one?
Oh God, man!
Jeez, I hope not.
I saw
hope
the one of the. I saw like she was on a panel. One of the because it was a different actress every one, wasn't it?
So
I think it was
Yeah.
the two
Yeah.
and three have Pamela Springsteen, I think is her name. It's
And
the
then
same
the other
girl.
one is
Yeah.
Melissa
Well,
Rose,
they had
is
one of
the
them.
first one.
I forget who it was, but they had one of them on a panel and they were talking about it. So I don't know. And I was kind of in and out of it, but from what I seen, it looked like they were either it was like an anniversary. They're either coming out with an anniversary edition or something,
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
or they're making a new one or something. I don't know for sure. So don't
So
quote me
fun
on that.
fact: Felissa Rose, who plays Angela in Sleepaway Camp, she is also the school teacher in Terrifier 2. Whenever they go and they're messing with that dead possum behind the dumpster in Terrifier 2, that is also Felissa Rose, who is the school teacher.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm going to actually go meet her this October at a convention at Jay Moulton's convention. She's going to be there.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very
That's
cool. What about you, Dispick?
I'm gonna go with The Parent Trap. The reason why I'm gonna go with this one, I think it's a pretty interesting story. Pretty much these two girls meet at a camp. They find out that they're twins. They decide to play a switcheroo and go to the opposite parents. And the parents find out, and then they have to reconnect. The parents reconnect. It's just a good movie. But I grew up watching this a lot because my mom, she loved this movie. But talk about the one with Lindsay Lohan, by the way. But
Yeah, it was a remake.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen the original one, but I enjoyed the
Oh
Lindsay
man,
one.
you haven't seen the original one? The original one's good.
Yeah. That's a good pick. I don't remember the movie all that well. I don't remember how much of it takes place like at the camp or whatever, but still, I think it was a pretty fun movie from what I
Yeah, there
do
wasn't,
remember of it.
wasn't too much at the camp. It was more near the beginning stuff. And then they went to the families' houses, and
Yeah.
yeah,
I've
it
never
was
watched
just,
it, so
Hmm.
I feel like
Well-
Dispick right now. I haven't watched it.
Well, Dispick only picked that one because he hasn't seen any movies that take place at a camp.
I'm not a nerd. I don't watch movies.
Also, I'm picking up, I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. It sounds like someone's jerking their tiny little wiener. I keep hearing like a tap, 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 tap sound. You guys picking that up? It went away.
can't hear nothing.
Maybe it.
Jazz hands.
No, everybody jazz hands.
My hands are right here. I'm just going like this. I'm
It
twiddling
went
my
away.
thumbs.
Sea Dog's jacking off. My favorite my favorite camp movie is American Pie Band Camp. And this is, I think, is the funniest American Pie movie
Agreed.
of the lot. I think it gets overlooked quite a bit. And I don't know, just like this is like, I don't want to say it's a comfort movie because it's definitely not, but I don't know, there's just something about the comedy in this one that outreaches the other movies in the franchise, I think, a lot better. And some of it hasn't aged well, like at all. But you know, that's never been like an issue with me. So I still go back and watch this movie at least once a year. And usually around summertime is one of my like summer watches. So That'd definitely be my pick for favorite camp movie. But it was
Classic.
close because I wanted to go Sleepaway Camp, but Sea Dog stole that one from me. So that would be my honorable mention for sure.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the best American Pie.
It is by a huge margin, I
Yeah.
think. Like it's not even
That
close.
was the first one I ever saw. I didn't see the other ones until that one. That was the first one I saw. My buddy, I was there at my buddy Ben's house and we watched it together. And
Yeah.
I had never even heard of it. I had never even heard of American Pie at that point, and watched that one and loved it. But I'm just not a huge fan of the whole franchise. I love that one, but the rest of them, they're decent.
My honorable mention would be Heavyweights.
Yeah, that's like another great. I was surprised you didn't pick Heavyweights, honestly.
I know.
Well, American Pie Bandcamp, kind of in relation to the next question, our next favorite is going to be, what's your favorite college movie?
So mine, what would we? What? Let me think. I'm just doing that. Just doing that to piss off Janky over here. Let me see.
We have all day.
Yeah, we got all day. Why not? Let's go over.
Do better.
The audience has all day too, I'm sure.
Hey, I've seen some 2-hour podcasts. Just saying. No, my pick is How High, starring Redman and Method Man. They basically, it's a low budget, funny stoner comedy that the basic premise is Method Man's friend in there dies. They cremate him, and he puts his ashes in a weed plant. So then the weed grows. He ends up smoking them, and then he could see him. So he can somehow he appears every time he smokes the weed. So him and one day they're pulling up. They're trying to, I guess they try to better their lives or whatever. So they go to take a test to try to get into a college, and they smoke out before he goes in. Before both of them go in, and he's over there basically telling them all the answers to the test. They ace the test. They get into college, and it's just about them just wreaking havoc in the college. The funny fact about that movie is, from what I understand, they had no actual ending to it. So it was it was funny throughout the whole movie. And when you watch it, you're like, that's how it ends. It's because they didn't even have it. They filmed the whole movie and didn't have an ending to it. So they just threw something together to finish it, and that was it.
It's pretty appropriate
That's
considering
what you call.
they're probably baked the whole time. They're probably like, oh, damn, we forgot to do an ending.
And it stars Redman, Method Man, and there was a guy, they used to call him Hits from the Street from BET. He was a comedian. He was on there. And Lark Voorhees, which is Lisa Turtle from Saved by the Bell. It's one of her very few movies that she was in, I think. So
Nice.
it's a very funny movie. You should give it a watch. It's even funnier when you're on a certain substance. From what I've been told.
Yeah. But you see, dog.
Mine would be The House on Sorority Row. It's a slasher mystery horror movie. It's about these girls that play this prank on their house mother or whatever in the sorority that they're at, and they accidentally kill her. And then the next second, somebody in the sorority is killing all the girls, and they're kind of trying to figure out if they really killed the house mother because they kind of just left her. And so they don't know if it's her or if it's one of the girls trying to cover up the story. It's like a big mystery horror slasher. But it's one of my favorites. That was one that I discovered on Tubi also a long time ago. And just one of the good classic slasher. And it's just a really good story. And it just shows the power of hatred, the power of greed, the power of all this, and how it can affect your mind and everything. It's just a really good story.
Interesting.
Never
Jason,
seen
your
it.
turn.
Yeah, damn, dude. Jeez.
Oh, we're just jumping right around.
Apparently,
Fucking go.
there's no follow up questions to these
No,
movies.
no questionnaires. No. Okay.
They're like, what's your fucking
I'm-
movie and move on.
Just explain the movie to you.
Yeah, I didn't
Jackie's
have any
like-
questions.
Jackie's like, next.
I was deep in thought.
Next.
I was deep in
Fuck your
thought.
movies.
No.
Alright, Des.
Moving on. Okay. Honestly, the only right college film is the one about a fake college, which is Accepted. I love this movie. Not Jonah Hill. Well, Jonah Hill's in it, but
Justin Long.
Justin Long. That's what I literally had it in my head the whole time. But yeah,
We
Justin
talked
Long.
about it enough.
Guy can get it right.
Justin Long, honestly, that's probably one of my favorite performances that he's done. Is Accepted. I don't know, just the ending speech alone is really good. But basically, Justin Long can't get into a college, so he makes a fake one, and it's very believable. So believable that anybody just tries to join in. They pay for it. They make a bunch of money to be able to run the college, but they have legal issues, and then it gets shut down. But they fight it, and I think right at the end, don't they win it? Kind of like they say, like you can do it for a little bit, and then whatever.
It's your movie. You should
Something
know.
like that. But anyway, really good college movie. So if you haven't seen it, definitely give it a watch. And shut the fuck up, Harv. Next.
Giving you the business today, man.
Next.
It is my bedtime. Next.
All right. I'm going to go with a movie that I feel like nobody really saw. It's called The Professor with Johnny Depp in it.
Next.
And this movie,
I
fuck
watched
you, Harv. Yeah, no, you did. Yeah, you did. No, this is a great movie. Johnny Depp is a professor at this college, this university, and he finds out that he has, I forget what kind of cancer he has, but he has some kind of cancer and that he's going to die relatively soon. And so he kind of, I don't want to say he goes like full Office Space, where he's just like, I don't give a fuck about anything, but he kind of gets there in some scenes. And so you just have this really moving performance from Johnny Depp, I feel. Even though he's kind of playing it a little bit deadpan, it's sort of realistic in a way. It's like I feel like personally, like if I were to get that kind of news, like I wouldn't be so animated or theatrical about it. I feel like I'd probably react similar to how he did, whereas this kind of like going through the motions and trying to somehow feel something before your day's up. And so yeah, I mean that one would probably be my favorite college movie, but it was a close almost with Black Christmas. The only reason I didn't pick Black Christmas is because it mostly takes, I mean, the whole thing takes place at this sorority house, and if there was more like college stuff, then I probably would have picked that one. But yeah, both of those movies are absolutely fantastic. So yeah,
I was gonna say too that the professor could have worked as a broken man.
yeah,
in a way.
yeah, easily, yeah. Well, shifting gears, the next favorite is going to be, what is your favorite toxic relationship in a movie, Harv?
My choice would be Sleeping with the Enemy, starring Julia Roberts. It's basically a woman that's in a abusive relationship, and she finally comes up with the idea of dying in an accident, so this way she can get rid of her husband or get away from him, because she tried to figure everything else, and he just had every aspect of her life controlled down to when she was able to leave, or she wouldn't even be able to leave the house without him, stuff like that. So she comes up with this elaborate plan, and it works for her she dies during an accident, and then she leaves, moves to a different town. I think it's even a different state, just far away, changes her name, does everything she can, and starts a new life somewhere else. And she tries to avoid any kind of real contact with people, so she can just kind of blend in or fly under the radar. Nobody really knows who she is or anything like that. And it, throughout the course of time, the husband does find out, and then it just kind of goes from there. I don't want to spoil it without saying too much, but uh, it's definitely an interesting watch and a nice not a thriller, but it's an intense movie. So
Kind of reminds me of Gone Girl.
Kinda, but with that one, I don't know, she's the
a
villain.
Looney Tune. Yeah.
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 So, but
Okay.
yeah, it's definitely worth the watch. It takes place like I think it's like early '90s somewhere. I think it was after Pretty Woman, before like Aaron Brockovich, somewhere around that time period. So early to mid '90s.
Nice.
So
I haven't
mine
seen it.
is a very popular love story, but it is very toxic behind the scenes if you really look at it, and that is The Notebook. And it has a lot of manipulation and stalking in it. If you think about like the way he like tricks her to thinking he's gonna fall off the Ferris wheel or whatever it was, and he like tricks her into dating him and stuff. Right there, he's manipulating the situation and manipulating her, and then like how he's like writing her 300 letters and he's like stalking her basically throughout it and pestering her the whole time and stuff. It's just not a good. It's a very toxic setting for the relationship. And like they don't ever leave each other alone, and it's just constant throughout the whole thing. So I know that's a big love story for everybody. Everybody loves that movie, but when I watch it, I just see like red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag.
I wouldn't say that's toxic. I think that's more persistent. That's just a guy that wants to get with the girl.
335 letters written to this girl trying to
persistence.
get her to fall in love with him.
It's persistence.
No,
Harv's
That's just my
movie
thought.
that's sounding like Harv Weinstein.
no.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Any of our listeners, I'm kidding.
Manipulation. Jesus.
No, it's an interesting pick. I saw a TikTok video maybe like a year ago. This guy was bringing up, and he used The Notebook as the example, but he was talking about how in movies it's always interesting that the girls tend to pick the guy who like is like basically a fucking loser, and they turn down the guy who so the guy that she was with, that she married or whatever in The Notebook, that guy was like totally nice, had his shit together, like had a great job, successful, didn't cheat on her or like any of that kind of stuff, and she was like, no, don't want it. I want Gosling, and he gave like a whole bunch of examples of movies that did this, and just thought it was kind of like a curious thing with films.
Well, I mean, the beginning of it
it's
was
realistic?
really like manipulates the situation with the Ferris wheel or whatever it was, literally to get her to fall in love with him. He like forced her basically to fall in love with him in a way.
But is it like life imitating art, or is it art imitating life? Like, do you think that women did that before movies started promoting this idea, or do you think that it was the reverse?
I mean, I'm
No,
sure,
it's
I'm
always
sure
been
it was
like
done.
that.
I'm sure guys and women did that before that, but it's just the standard of it. It's fucked. Like to make up something to build a relationship with someone. I mean, years down the line, you saw what happened in the movies. You saw what happened between them and stuff. So like, it never ends well when you do it that way, and then it becomes a form of manipulation. And I've been with people, I've seen people who's went through that type of stuff and how it like affects their mental going forward in relationships that way. So the movie just made sense of the way that he was saying that. They don't ever tell you because it's supposed to be like a love story, but if you look at it from the right perspective, it's pretty fucked, honestly.
All right, what about you, Disc?
Well, if you're like Sea-Dog and thinks The Notebook is toxic, then you're definitely not going to want to watch Blue Valentine, because that's like twice as toxic, if not more. But if you think, if you think Ryan Gosling is manipulative in that, you might not want to watch Blue Valentine.
Not a fan of Blue Valentine.
I don't care, dude. I'm just saying toxicity or whatever the
Oh yeah,
frick you want to
no,
call it.
100%.
It is like to the top, and it's
No
not
book
even
is
just
very
Ryan
hidden.
Gosling. It's like both of them, like back and
In what
forth
way?
throughout the whole. Well, what do you mean? Like how and what way they're doing it? Like from both sides?
Yeah, well, like what's the basic plot and like what do they do that's toxic with each other?
So it's so the movie shows it's focused on the current, but it shows a lot of like the past throughout the film, and it like will
Hmm.
like kind of compare and contrast based on the scenes. Like there's a scene. Well, I don't know. I mean, the movie's old, I could say, but like where they get a divorce and they want a divorce, then it shows them getting married. It shows like the contrast of how like what they were saying then and what they're saying now.
Hmm.
But what
Oh,
all I want to say is like kind of what their fails were for both sides, and I would say for her it would be the communication, and for him I would say it's probably just the way he acts and also manipulative, and I don't know. He has a lot more going on than she did though, but yeah, it's like the definition of toxic, and I think.
Therapy sessions with this pick.
I think if you're like a man or a woman that fears of toxic relationships, please stay away from this movie because you
Hmm.
probably won't date for like 10 years.
Okay.
Maybe not, but still.
Big
It's pretty
anti-recommendation there.
accurate. It's pretty accurate though.
Okay. I was originally gonna go with Revolutionary Road. I think would be like a good one, but I wanted to pick something a little different. So I'm actually gonna go with Natural Born Killers as my favorite toxic relationship. Uh,
Good
this
movie.
movie is fucking bonkers. Like, so I mean, anything that I talk about is gonna sound weird, but they basically meet because Woody Harrelson is a meat delivery guy, and he delivers meat to Juliette Lewis's house, and her father's abusive, and you know, like her family's nasty and disgusting, and all this stuff, and he wants to sweep her away, and the way that they do that is by killing the mom and the dad and burning the house down. And then they proceed to go on a Bonnie and Clyde acid trip throughout the country, just killing people and causing all kinds of mayhem and destruction. And there's like, you know, multiple scenes of them getting into like nasty arguments over various things, whether it be like him cheating on her or, you know, whatever. Like, but at the same time, like, there is a lot of love, this very strange, traumatic love between the two characters. And it's an interesting relationship dynamic. I wonder how often like a non-exaggerated version of this truly happens every day. I feel like it's probably a lot. You know, like maybe not people
Yeah.
going around killing people and, you know, like destroying the country along the way, but like this kind of idea of like two disgruntled people just kind of like giving up and completely leaning on each other for basically everything, to the point that it becomes almost like a religion between the two of them in this strange way, you know. So yeah, I love that movie. Big recommendation if you haven't seen it and you want to watch something kind of wonky. That'd be my
That
pick.
shit crazy.
Yeah.
well,
Go ahead,
honorable
Harv.
mention. There's an honorable mention that I'm surprised nobody, including myself, came up with, and I just thought of it right now. Of those would be the one starring Mark Wahlberg, The Fear or Fear.
Oh, Fear. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a good one.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that movie, but that one was an extremely toxic relationship movie.
Yeah.
So
Or
that's my honorable
Basic
mention.
Instinct.
Fatal
Basic
Attraction. You have a lot, but I just thought about that one was The Fear or Fear.
Yeah. That's a good one. Good pick.
Which one's the one with Michael Douglas in it?
Fatal Attraction.
The Fatal Attraction. That's a
Yeah.
great movie. I watched that the other day, and that was a really good one. But yeah, that one was really toxic. They were like fighting in the kitchen and throwing shit at each other and beating the shit out of each other, and then getting back
Yeah.
together, and then that's a great movie.
Another
Yeah.
one would be Marriage Story. That one's pretty
Yeah,
toxic.
Marriage Story. Yeah.
I've never
Never
watched that
one.
one.
Neither.
I've heard
Yeah,
about it, but I've never.
I felt like Marriage Story and Revolutionary Road were like the two like basic answers. So I wanted to kind of think of
Yeah.
something else.
Isn't Revolutionary Road like a Christian movie?
No.
I've
No.
never even heard that either.
That's the one with
Revolutionary
Leonardo.
Road.
Yeah, Leo and Kate Winslet again, and
Oh, good cast.
yeah, it's set in the 1950s, and they like a big chunk of the movie deals with her getting pregnant, and I believe she wants to get an abortion, or she does get an abortion, something like that. But they have this. I mean, they have multiple like huge, dirty, nasty fights throughout the movie, and it's so fucking well acted. Both of them like knock it out of the park, and it kind of feels like I said, like some of the scenes kind of remind me of A Marriage Story. Yeah, both are great movies. So the last one before we give our final movie recommendation, your favorite coming of age movie.
Mine, I'm gonna go from one that when I was a kid and I watched it, and so it's been around forever. Is the movie Kids? I brought it up in one of our TikToks, I believe, early on. It's just about a bunch of teenagers growing up in New York City that are trying to. They're just a bunch of badass kids that are into skateboarding and just goes through their. I think it's basically one day in their life, and I
Yeah.
mean it's raunchy. It's some of it is even a rough watch by today's standards, but back then it was a little bit more looser, I would say, with the filming of it, and I think it's a great coming of age movie.
Yeah, that's a fucking dark movie, man.
It is very, very dark. It's
I don't think I've seen that.
yeah, it's
Even like
definitely
just the opening scene.
that's
Yeah.
the like you wouldn't. Can you imagine if they were to put that in a movie today,
Yeah.
or
They
the
couldn't.
final scene? Like it opens with the dark scene and it ends with the dark scene,
Yeah.
and
Well,
you're just
even
like,
some of the smaller scenes, just like remember the scene where they're just fucking doing whippets in the living room?
and I mean they're throwing a party at a house, and there's like 12-year-old, like 11,
Yeah.
10. They're like
All
real
drinking
young
beer,
kids, just
smoking
yeah.
cigarettes, fucking smoking weed. Yeah,
It's like, where
doing
the hell are the
nitrous.
parents? Yeah.
Oh no, it was nitrous that they were doing nitrous.
No, they were doing whippets. They were doing whippets.
Were they? Oh, okay. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I knew they
Oh
were
no,
doing.
no, no,
it
no,
was-
no, no. That was at the other party, at the other guy's house.
Oh
The-
yeah, I know there was a scene where they were doing nitrous though, because they're pumping the balloons and shit.
What was this called?
Kids.
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 But it's shot like super gritty, realistic. Like almost looks like I think the whole thing's like handheld, or like it looks like it mostly. And
Just like found footage, basically.
It almost it looks like a documentary.
No.
Like the whole thing
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
kind of like documentary style.
Huh.
Yeah.
yeah, but you got like all those kids. Like you want to say like it's a great performance, but at the same time, it's like I think they were just kind of being themselves in a way.
Mhm.
Like I'm sure they were acting, obviously, but like it's just like I was talking about with Bully yesterday, where it was a movie where they're showing this side of teenage, like being a teenager that your parents don't know about, and that TV doesn't talk about, and that movies don't show. And there's very few of these movies that exist. Mean Creek, I think, would be another one. Alpha Dog would kind of be another one. There's a few of these movies that exist out there. Ken Park, but
Lords of Dogtown. I think
Lords of
I think it
Chaos,
kind
I think maybe a little bit, but
yeah. Well, I think it kind of shows like because there's a huge like the main background is a bunch of skateboarders, which a lot of them were actual professional skateboarders. You had like Harold Hunter. You had what's his name that was on
Next Friday,
Next Friday.
yeah,
What's his name? The one that offed
yeah, he
himself.
passed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I forget his name.
But him, Rosario Dawson's. That was Rosario Dawson's first movie.
Yeah,
And it's just it kind of shows there's just a lot of dark, gritty scenes and subject matter in there that.
This, I would say,
Huh?
Sea Dog. The only thing I could compare it to that you would have seen, like for kids, would be mid-90s. That's
Okay.
kind of
I
how
still
it's
haven't
like
watched
shot.
that yet. I still gotta watch that.
Oh, I thought you saw that.
Yeah.
No, when it comes to skateboard movies, I watched Grind and Lords of Dogtown. Those were like the top two growing up that I saw. That were
Okay.
my big skateboarding movies, which are both they're both solid movies.
Yeah, it's like a lot of them were skateboard kids in New York, and like a lot of them actually were professional skateboarders.
The way you talk about, I can't remember the name of the movie, but it reminds me of that movie where the kids are just like jackasses and they're like fucking with everybody the whole movie. It's not kids. It's another movie, and they're like just causing trouble at like the gas station store, and they got the cops after them, and they go to the parties. Like it's something else, and I can't remember what it's called.
I think you have Good Boy. That's like a newer movie, but
Not the dog movie.
I
No,
think
no.
he is. I think he's thinking of Good Boy.
Good Boys with the three
Good Boy.
kids, the three young kids.
Might be.
That's like very modern of what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
no,
but-
we're talking
Yeah,
about
but I'm
much
saying
much
that's what
darker
you're making me
movies.
think of
Yeah.
talking about like that style, like of the.
If that's what you're thinking of, you're gonna be fucked
Yeah.
when you watch Kids.
And unfortunately, a lot of like that movie's not on any streaming, and it's really hard to find on physical. I mean, you can find it, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your coming of age, Sea Dog?
So mine is tried and true classic. It is Dazed and Confused. That is one of my favorite movies of all time. When I grew up watching on VHS over and over again. Another one I shouldn't have watched when I was a kid, but I did. And man, it's just fun, dude. Like they're just going to school and they're like in woodworking class, making bongs and shit in class, and just smoking in the middle of class and stuff. And literally the whole movie's just about weed and drugs and stuff, and it just fits that 70s vibe so well. The cars, they're going out to the place to go eat, and then they got the roller skaters, kind of like how Sonic does still sometimes, but that was a big thing then. And then you got all of these people when they get out of school, they're just going out to party on the weekend. They're going to the football field to smoke. It just was a perfect time frame for that to come out. It just portrayed that very well. And the characters were so good. And then that was Matthew McConaughey's first major role, was in that movie.
Mm-hmm. Who would you
So,
say is your favorite character?
Probably Slater, man.
Slater.
Slater, dude. The whole line he does where he's talking about George Washington grew weed all over the place and stuff. He's like, and Martha Washington helped him. He said, and if you think about it, the color's green too of money. It's so good, but he's like stupid, bro. But it's so fun. I'd probably say him and Randy, the main guy in it. Randy's cool, and then the brother. I can't remember the brother's name.
Okay.
Mitch.
Oh yeah.
Paddled in the baseball field.
Yeah.
to the Alice Cooper's No More Mr. Nice Guy.
You know about like the drinking game with Mitch?
The drinking game with him?
Yeah, every time he touches his nose, the top of his nose, you gotta take a drink because he does it like fucking 500 times in that movie.
I hate that fucking character. I hate that character because he keeps doing that. He's always.
Wasn't it also like Ben Affleck's debut too in a movie?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's crazy the cast they had for that. You got Matthew McConaughey and Ben Affleck in there, and you had I can't remember the other guy's name. He was big too, the redheaded dude. He was big for a while too. But man, they just captured that era so well. I think that and American Graffiti was another one that captured that era.
The redheaded dude was on Yellowstone, so yeah, he's still pretty big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was thinking.
He's the son of somebody famous too. I want to say Paul Newman, but I don't think it's Paul Newman. Let me double check.
My all-time favorite movie with him is actually American History, or not American History. It's Higher Learning.
Mm.
Heard of Higher Learning. I've seen American History X. I haven't seen.
No, not that one. But he plays a white supremacist in Higher Learning. That's another college movie, actually. I should have called that one. I didn't even think about that one. But yeah, that's a great college movie. I think it's a John Singleton movie. It has Ice Cube, Busta Rhymes, him. What's his name? Oh man, his name's escaping me right now. Uh, uh,
No, it was not Paul Newman. I'm a fucking idiot.
let's see.
It's Wings Hauser is his name. What are you looking up, Harv?
I'm looking up Higher Learning cast.
So Disc, you're a Mallrats fan. You know the guy Mallrats, not Brody, not Brody. I don't think the friend or whatever, but the other guy. That's the brother of the guy who plays in Dazed and Confused. They're brothers.
Yeah, we found that out
It's
So
on accident not too long
TS's
ago.
brother. Yeah, TS's brother.
Yeah, it's TS's
Yeah.
brother, which in real life, which is crazy.
They look identical though.
They
That's
look. You know
ridiculous.
what they look like Brendan Fraser. That's what they look like.
Maybe.
What about you, Disc?
I'm gonna go with a newer movie since you guys picked older ones.
Oh, there
I'll
you go.
go. Oh, you good?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, just it has Omar Epps, Michael Rappaport, Ice Cube, Cole Hauser, Tyra Banks, Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah, it's a great movie. You need to watch that one.
What was that one called? Higher Learning.
Higher Learning.
Higher Learning.
Higher Learning. Yeah, I never heard of that.
Me either. I'll
You guys don't know good movies. That's why.
The movie I'm gonna pick is either I think it came out 2024 or 2025, but I believe it came out around the summertime because it is a summer movie. But it was I think an Amazon Prime original, which it was really good. It's called Snack Shack. It's about these two kids who want to make some extra money, so they rent out this snack shack at a public pool. And they originally do it to sell alcohol that they make under, to make extra money. And basically they get busted, so then they have to do it the regular way by selling regular stuff at a snack shack. And there's two guys. The one's kind of dorky, the other one's, a little bit more fit, a little bit more attractive, I guess, for the average woman's eye. But basically the nerdy guy, he falls in love with the lifeguard lady, but he doesn't say anything because obviously. And then the fit guy, he pulls her, so he gets jealous, and then it causes a bunch of stuff. And they get closer. Towards the end of the summer, the lifeguard lady, she has to go, so it kind of ends kind of sad. And also a family member passes. So, but all around, it's a really good movie. I enjoyed it.
So it'd
lot
be
of
like
stuff
you and
happened.
Shrek working in a snack shack.
And it's
One
pretty funny,
dorky.
honestly. For being like a modern comedy, I thought it was pretty funny.
Be
Never
two
even heard of
dorky
that one.
guys.
Well, no, one's the sexy one, one's the dorky one. I'll let you guys decide who's who.
It's like the Joker breaking the fucking pool stick right now. Oh man.
It reminds me of Tommy Chong and Hyde from that 70s show working in the photo hut. That's what that reminds me of.
Dude, actually, since I feel like I didn't say much, I wanted to say this. There's a funny little thing that they added in the movie where the two guys were arguing, and he decided to write "fuck" on a hot dog with ketchup, and he gave it to a kid, and the kid was like, "How much is that extra?" And he was like, "Extra," and then he just like looked at the other guy and he said, $1.50. And he's like, "We're on to something." And he's like, "Get your fuck dog, get your fuck dog." But yeah, it's just little stuff like that was funny.
That's funny.
Upcharge.
Mine, I'm gonna go with a movie called Jojo Rabbit for my favorite coming of age film. I love this movie so much, man. This is about a young boy in Nazi Germany who is obsessed with Adolf Hitler, and so much so that his imaginary friend is Adolf Hitler. And his mom, played by Scarlett Johansson, we find out that she is a sympathizer for the Jews and all over the place. And we learn that she's actually hiding a young Jewish girl in the attic at their house. And eventually, little Jojo, little Nazi boy, finds her. And also, really quick, just to add, he got blown up by a grenade early in the film, so he's all fucked up, the little kid. But he finds the Jewish girl, and at first, because he doesn't want, she tells him, like, I'm going to kill you if you tell anybody that I'm here, and I'll kill your mom and everything. And then, but then he's got the opposing side of him saying, like, well, you know, like, you have to tell because she's Jew, and, you know, if you don't, then you're a bad Nazi or whatever. And so the whole movie is about his interactions with this Jewish girl and him slowly kind of poking the holes in his ideology and like realizing that, you know, all of these things that he believed are just hateful bullshit, and slowly, you know, coming to like the young Jewish girl. But there's so much more to the movie and some really funny scenes in it as well. Where, like,
He was part of
because,
that Hitler Youth, right?
yeah,
movie?
Hitler Youth, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, like, he has all of these things that he thinks about Jewish people, like that they're they like have bat wings and shit like that, like all this like crazy stuff that like the Nazis would tell him and stuff like that. And so he starts writing this book where he's like analyzing her, and he's like, tell me the secrets of the Jews. And like, she's like, you know, is it true that they like are born in eggs or something? Like fucking crazy stuff. It's such a funny movie. But yeah, it just the watching Jojo go from like who he was to, you know, who he ultimately becomes at the end of the movie is really fun for me. So that would be my pick. And with that, I think we move on to our final segment here, our movie recommendation of the week. What you got for us, Harv?
I'll go last on this one. Mine's a big surprise. Mine's going to be a big surprise.
Okay.
Oh God.
God. All right, Sea Dog.
Whoever's listening, don't even listen to the ending.
Yeah. Once I'm done talking, just cut the fucking video.
Yeah. Next. My recommendation for people who are horror fans and thriller fans is a movie called The Descent. It's one of my favorite modern horror movies. I guess you could consider it a horror movie. Kind of is like a thriller horror. But if you're into if you're not into claustrophobia and stuff like that, tight spaces, it's not really. It's a fun watch, but it's creepy. And then monsters down in a cave. Well, the premise of the story is there is a tragedy that happens in the beginning of the movie, and it happens instantly, like from the get-go. So literally 5 minutes in, something bad really happens, and these girls are taking this person to this height. They're like what do you call them? They're like cave hiking, cave diving, whatever.
Spelunking.
Spelunking, and they go down in this cave, and all of a sudden they get lost, but they realize they're not alone in this cave. There's creatures down in this cave, and they're like flesh-eating creatures. And there's a whole plot to that type of stuff of who they are and stuff. I don't want to get into that, but it's a really good movie. And please, God, don't watch the second part.
All right. What you got, Sea Dog? Or Disc Pick?
Wow. I didn't like that. You're gonna end it like that? Wow.
Sea Dog, go again. I'm just kidding.
So
Might as well. You freaking said his name already.
Fuck you, Disc.
No.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, right? That's what it feels like. No, I'm going to go with... It's probably not a shocker to you guys, but I'm going to go with After Hours. I think this is one of like Martin Scorsese's like underrated gems. I think now it's kind of getting a little bit more recognition, and the more I see it, the more I see people like love it, and I'm glad to see that they got that when I did too, because it's very like anxiety inducing, and I always tell people if you're gonna watch it after midnight. You'll thank me when you watch it that way, but it's pretty much just this movie that takes place all night and then it ends during the day, right before his next day into a work shift. But just within a whole night, a lot happens, and he's just kind of getting blamed for everything when he's just this guy who doesn't even go out of the house ever, and he's just kind of get caught into like all these situations down the road. But highly recommend it if you want like a different Martin Scorsese film to watch.
Okay. I gotta go on like a little bit of a rant with mine because I love this movie. But my recommendation is an old movie. It's
of
called.
course.
It's from 1935.
Uh-huh.
It's called Mutiny on the Bounty.
It
And this
would be.
movie is fantastic. There's been multiple remakes of it. I believe there's a Marlon Brando version in the 60s, and then in the late 80s, early 90s, there was one with Anthony Hopkins and Mel Gibson. But this one is my favorite one. This has got Clark Gable and Charles Lawton in it. And what this movie's about is there's this boat called the Mutiny, or I'm sorry, the Mutiny, the Bounty, and they're sailing to Tahiti to go pick up a bunch of fruit, basically, and bring it back to England or wherever the fuck. And so the majority of the movie takes place on the trip to Tahiti, and the captain of the ship, played by Charles Lawton, is this mean son of a bitch. Like the first time we meet this guy, he's having somebody whipped to death for disobedience. Didn't do something he was supposed to do. He's a very cruel captain, and Clark Gable plays like his second in command or whatever, and he's starting to see like, okay, this is getting to be like too much with this guy. He's a fucking asshole, and so he stands up to him, and Charles Lawton doesn't like that, so he punishes Clark Gable to like in a really nasty way. And so they finally get to Tahiti, and a couple of the guys fall in love with some of the locals on the island, and they're like, like, oh, we don't even want to go back, blah blah blah. But the captain's like, get your asses back, we got to go. And so they get back on the boat. They're on their way back to England, and he keeps on with his same old shit. And they're like, you know what? Like, fucking mutiny. And they tell Charles Lawton, they say, get on this little, it's like literally like a rowboat. They're like, get your ass on the boat, and whoever wants to go with you, fuck them. And then bon voyage, like, hope you make it to England, dickhead. And then they take the boat, they take the bounty, and they go back to Tahiti. And they're like, we're just going to go fucking live in Tahiti now. And so Charles Lawton on this little tiny rowboat was a master navigator, and he knew his shit. He was extremely intelligent, and he ends up finding land and gets back to England. And when he gets back to England, he's like, rally the troops, like, we're going to go fuck these guys up. And so Clark Gable, he's back in Tahiti and everything, and they're all chilling, having a great time. And all of a sudden, they see the sails coming, and they're like, fuck, like, we got to get out of here. So they take some of the locals, and they get on the bounty, and they hightail it out of there. And they find, I'm just gonna fucking tell you the whole movie, but they find this island, and they're like, all right, this is the island we're going to go to. And he's like, well, why would we go there? There's nowhere to dock the ship. And he's like, yeah, exactly. And so he's like, we're going to crash the ship into the rocks and then burn the motherfucker down, and then they'll never be able to find us, and we're going to live on this island. And that's exactly what they do. They crash the boat, burn the fucking thing, and they live on the island. Now, this is the amazing part of this movie. All of it actually happened, and the island, the Pitcairn Islands, is an actual island, and the inhabitants of that island are ancestors of the people, or not ancestors, but are like descendants of the people who crashed on that island. And
Nice.
they like, you to go on that island, you have to go through all of these like health checks and stuff because if like you sneeze on them, they could fucking die because they have not had any like interactions with the outside world. And the people who
It's
live
all
there,
real.
this is all real. This is all actually happens. Fucking bananas, dude. So yeah, it's a crazy ass movie, man. And like I said, 1935, but it's shot really well. The performances are excellent. So that would be my big recommendation.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, no, it's fucking crazy,
Good
man.
one,
It's a
dude.
great movie.
Sounds
It's a really
good.
great movie.
I'll have to look at that. That sounds really good.
Yeah. All right, Harv, what's your big secret?
I don't have one today.
Are you fucking kidding me? You
No,
better turn around and pick a movie.
So everybody knows me as the hood
Shitty movie
movie,
watcher.
action movie, all that. So I'm gonna flip it a little bit today, and I'm gonna pick one of my favorite comfort movies of all time, and that's Lilo and Stitch.
Who hasn't seen Lilo and Stitch?
Can I
Hey,
leave?
I don't blame you though. That's a
I
great
know it's
pick.
not as it's
Do I
not
have to
as
be here for this
integral
part?
as Mutiny on the Bounty and all this bullshit, but it's a fun and great movie about family, and it's one of my comfort movies. I like just to sit down, or I can just put it on in the background. I know what's going on, and it's just a great movie. Which kind of goes against what I usually pick, all my gritty movies or whatever, but I'm picking that one today. That's why I wanted to go last, because I wanted to see your guys' reactions when I picked that movie. I know everybody's probably
second
watched
time you
it,
picked-
and everybody's probably watched it a million times, but watch it again.
The second
No, I
time you
mean-
picked a family movie, you got My Familia too. So you picked two
I mean,
family movies.
Lilo and Stitch is like a hood movie.
Space Hood, Hawaiian.
Well,
Why?
why are you
Mark's
say-
house
so you're
it
saying
is.
He is a space gangster though.
Yeah,
So
see
Harv
him
is
with
the
all his
only guy in the
guns.
world in a podcast to recommend both Kids and Lilo and Stitch in the same episode.
Man,
We love
I'll
it.
tell you what though, that is one of the best animated movies. I love Lilo and Stitch. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
everybody's
fun
watched
one.
it, everybody loves it, and you know what? Just watch it again. So
I
there's
haven't
my
watched
pick of the
the
week,
remake yet.
everybody.
Yeah.
I have not seen the remake yet, but I've heard terrible.
The remake
things.
is.
It's
I
dog
watched it in
shit.
theaters. It's dog shit. They didn't capture the essence. They should have gotten the guy that actually played Jamba
Yeah.
or at least somebody with with an accent, because he didn't have the accent, and I don't know. I think it was Zach Galifianakis played him in the movie, and he just felt flat. Like he had like no emotion. It was a flat performance.
I mean, let's be honest. It's a live action Disney movie. How many of those movies have been good? Like,
Is there one
This
that
one
you
they-
guys like?
is there
Huh?
what a Disney live action I
Well,
like?
yeah. Yeah, has there been one within the
I
past
actually
like
I
decade?
thought The Lion King wasn't bad.
Dude, you're a
I didn't
bad
like that because
person.
they didn't show emotions. They were just straight face. I got it. Like with the animated series, there's a lot of like the animals or whatever. They all have emotion. On there, it was just looking like at a lizard that just talks. Like there's no emotion behind it. There's nothing. So same thing with Lilo and Stitch. It fell flat. They tried to do it, but they cut some corners and it just didn't do well.
Mhm.
I'm a bad person because I thought Lion King was decent.
Yeah, you're a bad person.
I don't even like the original Lion King, remember? So
Yeah,
What?
you're
That makes
basically
Shrek-
you're
Wow.
basically a Nazi sympathizer, like little JoJo.
I will say my favorite live action Disney movie. I really like the new Aladdin. The only thing I didn't like was him as genie, but that was a good movie.
I didn't mind
no,
Aladdin. I think that was probably one of the better ones. If you had to
Yeah.
pick.
I don't know. I think that what Robin Williams did such a great job with that character that it's really hard to step
Yeah,
in
I
those
think it
shoes.
like outside of the genie thing, like just pure like the movie itself, I think like
Yeah.
of the live action ones, I think that was probably one of the ones
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
watch again
He,
before
he
any of
did
the
a
other
decent
ones.
job as Genie. He can't capture Robin Williams. He did what he could.
No, yeah, no, I agree. I think those are just hard shoes to fill with
Yeah.
Robin Williams' Genie character.
Yeah, the person they chose for Aladdin and Apu and all them, they were perfect cast.
Mm.
The only live action movie I liked, it wasn't even a Disney one, but it was the DreamWorks How to Train Your Dragon. And I think the only reason why I liked it is because I played it safe and literally like copy and pasted the whole story and just made it live action. But it's like, honestly, I think the live action fits that movie way better than the cartoon or the animated version.
I haven't even
I
seen the
haven't
animated
either
or the
one of
live
those.
action.
Same.
What, How to Train Your Dragon?
Have
Yeah,
you
I've never seen
seen?
They're good.
I'm like Harv. I feel like you would be probably like the weakest on this, but I want to be double sure. But have you seen like a fair amount of Disney movies?
Yeah,
You have? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe our next episode should be Disney related because I have been watching a lot of older Disney movies lately. And,
The older stuff is the best stuff.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah,
New
maybe we'll
stuff.
do something like that for the next episode.
The last Dragon movie I watched was Aragorn or whatever.
Aragon.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
one.
they were based on the books and stuff.
Yeah.
Those were actually pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I think that we can go ahead and probably cut it here. About an hour and 36 minutes in. That's pretty good. We want to thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, you're amazing. And we will... Oh, well, I'm going to let everybody say goodbye first. I'm Jakey J from the 4 Real Takes.
T-Dog92.
Disc pick.
And Har from the world
Oh
famous
my
Har's
God,
movie
who
Hut.
cares? All right. See you guys next time.
See ya.
See you guys.